So I'm super excited to share my tips and insights with all my viewers who have logged in. So with the new year, I'm sure we are excited to have a new beginning. So have we set any goals for ourselves personally is what we are talking about today. So hello everyone again, and I'm Dr. Sharmila Nayak, and I'm a cosmetic dermatologist. And I'm really passionate about my profession, where I get a chance to bring out the best in everyone. Because I truly believe that we always are blessed with best features and something best in us, because God always gives the best to all of us. It's just in our hands how we preserve and enhance the beauty and the best things in ourselves and in our surroundings. So let's start with a few introspective questions. How many of us have set some goals for ourselves, or a New Year resolution as we call it? So I have set mine, and I'm sure most of you, with the New Year starting, we start with setting up a few goals and few New Year resolutions. Most of the times, have we realized that we start setting some goals around our career, probably a little financial goals, and in all this ching bang or like just busy schedule, what happens is we forget the true essence of us, what we belong and what we want to achieve in our personal life. Let me ask a small question. How many of us have realized that when we set our goals for our near future, some of you might have set a goal for your profession, for your career, probably 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years. In 5 years, I want to achieve this. Anyone has thought, like, how would my future self look in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years? Believe me, when we talk about success, most of the successful people or those achievers, they also remove a little bit of time to set their skin and their body goals. When we talk of goals, probably you all know that we want to talk about something that you want to achieve very quickly, maybe a short-term goal. In next 3 months, what would I like to do for myself in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years? So these are few things which started me thinking, how do I help more and more people with achieving something that they would like to for themselves. And if you ask me what I wanted to do for myself, I could probably start with a small story there. When there's an important event or a function, or maybe a wedding in the family, that's the time when we wake up and we say, okay, I want to plan how I want to look. But look, isn't it important when you click pictures? Do you first zoom in and check what you're wearing, or do you zoom in and check how your face is looking? Am I looking good? Am I looking thin? Am I looking fresh? And that brings us to setting the first, very important, that we also set our goal or think about how we are going to look on that big D-Day. So I have had some couple of youngsters who are really very inspiring. They plan their big day. Like, I have had a young girl who was like going to celebrate her 21st birthday, and you know what? She realized that she needed to lose weight because she had her goal set for her body, that by her 21st birthday she wants to wear the best outfit. And that's the gift she wanted to give herself, because it was going to be a big birthday bash. And she chose the outfit. She had to drop down 10 kgs. And she realized that, okay, she's going to look really great, but her face was showing signs of a little sagging, because she really lost weight on her face too. She came much in advance, 3 months in advance. She sat with me and she set her face goal too. And since we had ample amount of time, we were able to solve the issue, tone her face in just a couple of months more naturally. So we didn't have to take those drastic measures. So that's something which I wanted to share before I start taking in your questions. And Well, if I'm looking at, okay, so all the questions have started flowing in, and that's what I love, because I think skin is the most important and most visible part of our body, and that's why people are really interested in sending me a lot of questions. So, hey Samir, so great to have your question. And Samir here says that I have a really oily skin and I don't like wearing a moisturizer. Can I just not use it? That's a great question, Samir. You know what? We always think that if I have oily skin, I don't need a moisturizer. Believe me, all of us need a moisturizer, because the more hydrated your skin is, the more healthy and more younger it's going to stay in the long run. So moisturizing, hydration. So oiliness and hydration is really different. When you have an oily skin, just remember, start using a oil-free moisturizer, something which is more lighter and more water-based. When it's winter, you definitely need a lot of hydration. Even when it's summer, just put a little lightweight moisturizer, and after that, definitely start protecting your skin by putting a sunscreen. If you're confused about the choices, just go to an expert and they'll check your skin and they'll help you out with the right product for your skin type. The next question is from Praveena, and she says, I've been really tired dealing with my acne, nothing's working. Hey Praveena, this is most of the times what happens is acne is an issue. I would definitely like to help you, but I would need a little more details. Have you done any treatment before? What is your age group? Most of the times females suffer from acne because it's something more internal. There's a condition wherein you have a hormonal issue called polycystic ovaries. Sometimes because of stress and lifestyle, your prolactin levels could go higher, and that's when you get acne breakouts. Very, very important that you sit with a good expert like a dermatologist, discuss your issues with them. They'll take your detailed history and they'll find out the cause, and then the acne is an end effect. So if the cause is internal, we need to treat it internally. And in nowadays times, you can even get great results with a combination of internal medication as well as external treatments. And I have had a couple of clients who have a polycystic ovarian issue, because PCOS, as it's called, is become really common nowadays. And we have a varied number of clientele. Some want to get treated from the root cause, and some are a little skeptical and they say, you know what, doctor, can we avoid taking any hormonal pill? Can you help me out with some alternative treatments, and can we do something more externally? And there are a couple of treatments, something like fruit peel, something which could be treating it externally, like carbon peel, which is a laser, photofacial, acne treatment, some great products. And you could control your acne. But if the cause is internal, you definitely need to look into and see and discuss whether is it really essential to treat it internally with the help of a medication. Sometimes just losing a little weight, correcting your lifestyle can treat the issue too. So a lot of questions about oily skin and acne. So guys, just start taking care of your skin. Amongst your skin goals, since that's the topic today, just set a skin goal saying in the next 3 months, can I solve my issues, both internal, external? If it's some hormonal issue and weight issues, put a body goal along with your skin goal, because that's going to work hand in hand. And start investing in the right products. Sometimes people say, doctor, you know what, I want to do so many things for myself, my skin, but it's really expensive. I mean, how much do I spend on skin? Well, I always say, how much do you love your skin? So set a goal even for that. Like, how much would you love to spend on a product or a treatment? Get the right treatment. Then it doesn't become expensive, because you're getting a great result. So it's an investment for your skin and for yourself. After all, you represent yourself and your skin represents you every time you step out. So acne is a very common issue, especially in Mumbai, because it's a very humid climate. So we all love our skin when so-called winter sets in. And okay, so there's Santosh. So since we were talking about winter, there's a question about dryness of skin. So she has a dry skin and she wants to know how much moisturizer to apply. Okay, so how much moisturizer to apply? Just if you get a moisturizer which is apt for your skin, and if your skin on the face is really dry, first of all, invest in a very mild face wash or a cleanser which is meant for dry skin, a hydrating cleanser. So you're not stripping away all the oil on your face. Put in a correct amount of moisturizer would be just like a coin shape. The correct way to use it, just put tiny dots all over your face and just blend in. Please don't be harsh on your face. I've seen people just rubbing and scrubbing their face wherein there's a lot of wear and tear on the tissues. Just a baby touch, like gently glide the moisturizer, put a sunscreen if it's daytime. In the night, invest in a good cream which is like a good night cream which might have ceramides and peptides. And if you are somebody who's 35 or 40 plus, then invest in a moisturizer which would have some anti-aging properties, something which would have a mild AHA or a mild retinol. And how often do you need to use it? If you feel you have a really dry skin, then you could repeat the application maybe 2 times in the day, or just as and when you feel the dryness is there. But if your product is really good, I believe twice a day is more than enough. And please do not over wash your face, because that's when the dryness sets in. If it's your body, just invest in a good body moisturizer which you could apply immediately after your bath, and again once at night. And drink more water, because internal hydration is really important too. So then, okay, so Samir, you're welcome, and he's got, I hope the answer has helped you. And Nilesh here is asking us a very important and a very common question, which is very prevalent problem in Indian skin especially, that is about dark patches and dark spots. Well, when you have a pigmentation issue, is it there since a couple of years, and if you want to really get rid of it, the main important thing is, have you set a goal earlier, moment it started? If it's a hereditary condition, most of the times I tell my clients, if there is something which is you're going to be prone to because it's a hereditary issue, why not start putting in your skin goals much earlier? Do you want to protect your skin, preserve your skin, or do you want to set a goal after the skin issue has started? Pigmentation, earlier you start protecting, preventing, and taking care, believe me, you will have a great and flawless skin in the long run. Most important thing before I say how do we treat it, start protecting your skin. Use a sunscreen whichever day, time of the day, and whichever day it is, like any weather. So suppose it's summer, rainy season, monsoon, it's winter, 365 days. If you see daylight, there are UV rays around. If you're traveling in the car, if you're sitting in your house and you can see the daylight, definitely there's a lot of UV rays which are reaching you. Now, sun rays or UV rays always, they bring out the pigment in your skin, especially in us Asians. And the pigmentation starts at a very early stage. Sometimes there's sun damage, sometimes you will see premature aging. That means your fine lines and wrinkles would come out a little earlier. And sunscreen has to be, so I do get this question where people say, you know, which SPF matters. SPF is basically your sun protection factor. Should I use SPF 15? Should I use SPF 30 or maybe 50? Whichever number of SPF, it could be 15, it could be 30, it could be 50. The most important thing to remember is more than the SPF, how many times did you apply it is very important. So any sunscreen, the effect, the protective effect lasts for only 2 to 3 hours. So make sure that you repeat the application of sunscreen. Coming to the dark patches or spots, if the patches have just started and they are in the upper layer of the skin, they are superficial, there are n number of treatments which are suitable for our skin type, thankfully, with so many new advancements coming in. So you could choose to go to an expert who's going to solve your issues, and they will choose the right treatment depending on the type of pigment, skin type, as well as your lifestyle. So there are peels if the pigment is superficial. There are some great peels which have some nanotechnology, and that makes them more effective and gentle. And you have lasers which are going to help you. There are light emitting devices like photofacials which will probably they could be used along with your lasers and peels. And very important that you start using a vitamin C serum without checking your skin. I cannot give you prescription medicines, but you know what? Start taking a vitamin C tablet every day. Start eating green vegetables and fruits which have a lot of vitamins and antioxidants in them. And take a vitamin C supplement. Take a product which has a little vitamin C, like a vitamin C or an antioxidant serum, and use it below your sunscreen and once at night. If you want your pigmentation to settle down, then consult an expert who will check your skin type, the level of pigmentation, and they'll set a program depending on what you want to achieve in the next 3 to 6 months. But you need to discuss it out so that your expectations and the results match. That's very important. Now the next question is, okay, why are there so many blackheads on my nose? That's a question from Dhirendra. And it's really hard for him to get rid of them. Okay, so that's again a very, very common question or a common issue. Most of the times our T-zone is really oily, especially in male clients. They have clogging of pores, so the nose has a lot of blackheads and whiteheads. Now, when you go to any place where they're probably advising you, just get a steam extraction done and we'll remove all your blackheads and whiteheads. When it's not done in a proper way, you will get an aggravation. So very important to know is most of the times the blackheads are the ones which come out easily. Never fidget or poke your skin, because more you irritate the skin, more you fidget, more extraction you do, you will see that your oil glands get more activated, and then they start producing more oil, the pores get clogged, and then you'll have another set of fresh lot of blackheads and whiteheads coming out. The gentler you are with your skin, the less fidgety you are, the more the skin behaves much more appropriately. When you have a lot of blackheads and whiteheads on the nose, that means your oil glands are very active, very hyperactive. Also, you might be a person who might have a tendency towards developing acne. Start investing in a good face wash, a mild face wash, which would have some oil control ingredients and according to your skin type, but please do not overwash your face, as I already mentioned earlier. Most of the times people who have an oily skin, they feel if I keep on washing my face 3-4 times in the day, the oiliness will go away and I would probably not get so much of clogging of pores. What happens here is when you overwash your face, your skin tends to get more dry and dehydrated, and then a signal is sent internally, so your oil glands feel, oh, there's dryness, let me produce more oil to combat that dryness, and you get something what we call is rebound oiliness. So use a mild oil control face wash, nothing too harsh, because you don't want to take away the good part of the skin, which is like a required amount of oil on your skin or a hydration level. And use a small tip would be just use a little bit of a calamine lotion, just dab a little bit on the oily part of your face and then put your sunscreen. If you require a moisturizer, use an oil-free or a water-based moisturizer. Use gel-based sunscreens or water-based sunscreens so that your skin doesn't get oily. You could start with a vitamin A capsule, or for maybe a month or two and see if that helps. Start eating foods which have more of antioxidants and vitamin A. And if you have blackheads, then again there are treatments which are cleanups which would help you in the longer run. So without actually fidgeting, cutting, or doing a steam extraction, which believe me, is really painful for most of the male clients. We females don't really think so. So for them, they like something which is more gentler treatment for them. And a antibacterial gel which would control your acne is also something really good to use at night. I hope that helps you to some extent, Director. And okay, so Sanket here says, interesting question. So, who should not undergo a facial? Okay, so believe me, when we talk about facial, a lot of people don't know that when you say a facial, what actually does it mean? And why do you want to do a facial is a question that you should ask yourself too. So when you do a treatment for a younger skin, acne-prone skin, it's called a cleanup. And when you do a facial, is basically what people understand from it is that when I do a facial, I feel relaxed and my skin gets a glow and I feel hydrated. So when they ask about a facial, people think facial meaning I will get a cleansing and I'll have a massage done in my treatment. That's what a facial is. Do you all know that there's something called when you go to a dermatologist or a cosmetic dermatologist and you ask them facial, we always ask them, why do you want to do a facial? Oh, I just want a massage and I want to glow. Is that where we want to put in our money and just getting a massage done and just have a glow which lasts maybe for a week, right? Think about it. So why not start asking what are the latest trends in skin treatments rather than saying facial, which has been prevalent since I don't know how many years now. So a lot of things have changed. We have changed. Phones have become smarter. I think we should start asking what are the new trends for skincare? What are the new trends which will get me a healthy glowing skin in the long run? Do I invest in something which would give me long-term effects and not harm my skin? I don't want chemicals on my face. I don't want any harsh chemical peels, bleaching agents on my face. When you do too much of massage, do you know that it also causes a little wear and tear if it's not done properly? It can activate your oil glands. So definitely a facial is a no-no for somebody who has an oily skin, acne, active acne. Younger skin doesn't need too much of massage. And believe me, massage is one because you want to relax. So pressure points are very important when you take a facial massage, rather than just rubbing and scrubbing the face and putting some oily moisturizing creams on the face. So with the advent of technology, there are so many updates. Massage was also used earlier times so that the product, people used to think the products are going into the skin when you massage it. Believe me, skin is a living organ. It doesn't work like that. If anything and everything could go into our skin, imagine how much of dirt and dust and bacteria would get trapped in there. So your skin also has a protective mechanism. It just filters out. It doesn't let something or all of the things entering into your skin. That's a protective mechanism. So the machines, the technology, when you use it, so there are newer devices which with the use of certain formulations which are in a particular micro size, or which might have some carriers like the peptides and ceramides, with the help of those machines, those products or formulations have the capacity to get into the skin and correct some imperfections as well as hydrate the skin more effectively. Start asking next time you go to an expert's place like a clinic or maybe a medi spa. Ask them about medi treatments or medi facials. What this term means, you can get your facial if you like some cleansing or a steam extraction or maybe a little pressure points, a little relaxation massage. Along with that, they choose a medical treatment. So it's under the guidance of a doctor. And you will have a beautiful blend of medical and scientific things and your facial, which you probably love to get because you feel relaxed and pampered. So start asking about medifacial, and they are customized according to your skin type and what you need. And they're more effective, more healthy, more organic, I would say. And the next question is, okay, are there different types of facials for different skin types? That's a question from Mr. Yadav. Yes, there are. I already gave you a little insight about how treatments work. So, be it a clean-up, facial, medifacial, it is really important that the treatments are chosen not only according to your skin type, but also according to your skin concern. Because it's very important. If you have acne and pigmentation, I would definitely do a treatment which will give you dual purpose. If it's somebody who is having a very sensitive skin and also probably a dryness or redness on the skin, the facial, the medifacial treatment would be designed according to your skin type and skin issue or concern that you have. Products are very important, and the devices or the machines which are used are also equally important. Sometimes you have a combination skin type, and you'll have dry zones on the skin, you'll have an oily T-zone, you might have some active acne. Now imagine if you choose a treatment which is only for acne and you use all the products which are drying and antibacterial, you will definitely not like the end result. You're going to call up and say, you know what, my skin got really irritated, dry, I broke out into a rash, or I got redness. Why? Because we probably saw a skin issue and we neglected the skin type. Or if I focus on the skin type and I neglect the skin issue, you'll say I got a glow but my pigmentation did not improve, my tan did not go. So it's really important to look at it as a multifactorial, and you have to cover it in inside out, and you have to keep in mind a lot of things when you devise or design a facial or a treatment. Now the next question is from Avita. Should one use sunscreen SPF in moisturizers if one is more indoors, or is it limited only to outdoor exposure? So Avita, what is important, I'm glad that a lot of you are interested in knowing about sunscreen. It's very important to invest in a good sunscreen. If your skin is dry, as I said, you could put a moisturizer followed by a sunscreen. There are some sunscreens which also have a little moisturizing factors. So very, very important that you use a sunscreen even indoors as well as outdoors, because as I said, even if you're sitting indoors and you can see the daylight, if you're traveling in a car and you see daylight, you definitely need a sunscreen. And sometimes people say, I sit in my office where it's all enclosed, there are no windows. But there's a glare coming in from the computers. Sometimes there are harsh or strong lights in the room where you are, and you will see that even these lights have some UV rays or infrared rays coming in, and the glare from the screen also can have some detrimental effect on your skin. So very, very important that you use your sunscreen, right amount of sunscreen. Repeat the application every 2 to 3 hours. If you cannot do that, at least make sure that you apply the sunscreen first thing in the morning before you're leaving for your work, office, or even if you're indoors. Maybe post lunch is when you would just probably dab it in if you're not outdoors. And what I do, if anyone wants to know, I do not step out of my house without the sunscreen. Is there in my travel kit. When I go to the clinic, I have it in my bag. It's on my table at times. And suppose I'm outdoors and I have to conduct a workshop and I have my makeup on, and again I have to come back from there and I'm traveling. So I have a compact SPF with me, and I just dab it on. It becomes like a transparent layer on my makeup, so it does not, it just gives an extra shine and it's protecting me. And when I'm outdoors, let's say I go outdoors where it's going to be really sunny or a beach holiday, I do make sure that I go for a little higher SPF, something which is not whitish, but something which will be around SPF 50. And I carry my compact sunscreen again, and I dab it on. So definitely very, very important if you want to protect your skin in the long run. So yes, sunscreen is important indoors and outdoors. I hope that answers your query. Okay, and the next question is from Sujata, who says, how do I handle my sensitive skin? Okay, so when you have a sensitive skin, is it really sensitive by nature, or has it become sensitive? Because you're not using the right products. So if it's really a sensitive skin, so start putting in a, let's make our skin goals. All of you have such lovely questions. Put in your skin goals. I would definitely love to hear them. So please also put in your comments and let me know about your skin goals, because that would be lovely to for me to help you out and reach out to you, all you viewers, to set your skin goals for the next 3 months, if I could help you with achieving that dream skin that you want. So coming back to your question, how do you handle a sensitive skin? So if it's really a sensitive skin by nature, first of all, sit with your dermatologist or an expert who understands skin types and cosmeceuticals. Get products which are meant for your skin type, very important. If you go out and you are buying some products over the counter, make sure they are good quality, researched products, and they have something which is mentioned meant for sensitive skin, because they have very milder hydrating ingredients like a hyaluronic or something which will calm down the skin. So when you're opting for treatments for sensitive skin, we have specially designed treatments which bring down the sensitivity of the skin. Sensitive skin also could be an issue because you have a dry skin, dehydrated skin. If that's the case, as I said, just invest in a mild hydrating cleanser. Follow it up with a good moisturizer and a sunscreen. Night, make sure you're hydrating your skin well. And if you are choosing treatments, there are lovely treatments which repair the skin. There are masks which repair skin, and definitely make sure that you try and find out the cause why your skin is sensitive. There's also a skin condition called rosacea, where your skin is always red. So you step out in the sun, it will be red. You eat something which is hot and spicy. If you are undergoing some stressful situation, you will see suddenly the skin breaks out and becomes really red. Too much of sun damage can make the skin sensitive. So make sure you find out why your skin is sensitive and how to invest in good products which will make the skin breathe and get healthy and calm it down in the long run. So you definitely need to sit with an expert who can understand or make you understand what are the do's and don'ts for your sensitive skin. And believe me, don't use any harsh ingredients, no peels. Sensitive skins can overreact to something which has harsh ingredients in it. Okay. Now, the next question is from Vijay. Since I mentioned peels, I think the next question is also, how many times should we do peels? Well, Vijay, it depends on what peels you are choosing and for what reason. So if you are somebody really young, has a acne prone skin, and who is probably breaking out into active acne, there are peels which are a little stronger, which would be antibacterial in nature. So if there are strong peels, they would be it's advisable to do them once a month. My fruit peels, which I use just to get a glow, remove those superficial acne marks, those would be done at the interval of 2 to 3 weeks. If it's an issue like pigmentation, most of the times these peels would have active ingredients because you want to reach to the deeper level of the skin and break that pigment. So these peels are a little stronger. They might not be harsher because nowadays we have beautiful ingredients incorporated into the peel. So the peel is gentle on your skin, but it's also strong and it's effective because it's breaking the pigment. So these peels are always advisable to be done at 4 to 6 weeks interval. Never over peel, never over exfoliate, and definitely I would also love to add a little tip there, because most of the times I have clients who say, you know what, I love to scrub my skin because I've heard that it removes the dead layer of the skin. True. But provided your scrubs are really gentle, you don't need those harsh over-the-counter scrubs that you get most of the times. A good quality scrub need not be always that it's super expensive. Just feel the product, just see to it that they are very gentle particles there which are melting on your skin, so they're just gently exfoliating your skin. No over scrubbing also. Maybe once a week, if your skin is a little dry, sensitive, maybe you could do it once in 15 days. So never over exfoliate, be it a scrub, be it a peel. And whenever you do a peel or any treatment, make sure sunscreen is part of your regime, even before you opt for a peel. So when you go to a dermatologist or a doctor who's an expert in dealing with skin issues, we first ask them when they say, can I do a peel? Doctor, I want to do something for getting a glowing skin or tackle my pigmentation. First thing is we ask them, what products do you use? Do you use a sunscreen? If the answer is no, we tell them first start making a habit of putting a sunscreen, and then we talk about doing treatments, because if you don't protect your skin, there's just no point in getting it treated. So I hope that answers your question about how often do we do peels. Okay, Avita, hi there again. So she's really interested in getting a great skin going for her this new year. So what is the best home treatment for anti-aging is what she's saying. Well, without checking the skin type and the age group, it's not really something which I could tell you specifically for you. But best home treatment, when we say, is it you want to do it like a DIY facial or a mask at home? Do you mean that you want to invest in a good anti-aging cream? So anti-aging cream is probably what I would talk about at this stage. When you choose an anti-aging cream, if you're somebody who's doing preventive anti-aging, let's try to get it a little more specific. So if you are somebody who wants to prevent, you are in your early 30s or late 20s, because nowadays everyone starts really young. So I have 25-year-olds who panic sometimes and they come talk, I'm 25. I don't want to get a line or wrinkle. I want to protect my skin. I want to prevent aging. So in these cases, we just tell them, just make sure you hydrate your skin, invest in lighter moisturizers, because at this stage your skin also has some acne issues or your oil glands are already active. So a light anti-aging cream which would probably have a milder percentage of alpha hydroxy acids with hyaluronic. Hyaluronic acid is a beautiful essential key ingredient. Hyaluronic acid is always present in our skin, and that's what gives it hydration and plumping effect. So if your anti-aging product will have these two key ingredients along with ceramides, peptides and other active ingredients, it becomes preventive anti-aging measures. Once you cross your 30s or 40s, that's where the story begins. So your collagen is degrading every year, and that process becomes a little faster when you cross your 40s. So at that stage, you want to invest in creams which are probably not just hydrating your skin, but also doing a cell renewal. Cell renewal means you want to accelerate the process of building new skin cells, because with age that process starts slowing down. So you would look at a little rich moisturizing cream if your skin's getting dry, higher percentage of hyaluronic acids, something which will have, along with alpha hydroxy or antioxidant complex, something which would have a vitamin A derivative. Now, for your creams or products to be really effective, you need to know which is that key ingredient, in what percentage, and what is it that you require. Then only it will solve your specific needs. Till that time, if you go out and you want to buy something from maybe an over-the-counter branded products, look at some key ingredients there which would solve your issue. Make sure it's according to your skin type. Also very important, invest in some serums. Serums are lightweight particles which have active ingredients, and they work beautifully with your skin issues and skin type, because they have some properties which would really effectively tackle your fine lines and wrinkles. So the serum is also a key ingredient. Make sure you wear it first and then put a thicker product like your moisturizer or your night cream. Also invest in an anti-aging cream or a serum for your under eye. Do not neglect this area. So your under eye as well as your neck is very, very important, because sometimes the visible signs of aging are happening there first because the skin is thin, and that can give away your age. if you don't take care of these areas of your body. So I hope that gives you a little insight and help, Avita. Okay, and the next question is from Mehfooz. Mehfooz says, I always break out in the same place on my chin. Why does this happen? Okay, so Mehfooz, usually in a male client, we see that their T-zone is really oily and the nose and the chin is where they get active breakouts. In a female, so I'm going to cater to a wider audience also. So females usually break out mostly on the jawline and the chin if they have a hormonal issue. If you are breaking out mostly on your chin and nose, then you have a really oily T-zone wherein you might have little clog pores even on the forehead. Some whiteheads which are deep-seated, and you might see them as in the form of some bumps on your nose or chin. If your nose and forehead is clear, you would see that the chin will have tiny bumps. Sometimes it's a condition that we call as sebaceous hyperplasia. What it means is the oil gland, the opening of your oil gland is blocked at a deeper level and there are tiny bumps which have stayed behind. These may or may not be active acne. But if you're breaking out into active acne, also there could be a possibility, is it happening when you shave? Because some people break out on the beard area, the chin, or the lower part of the jawline after they shave. It's also related to the not only the oil gland opening but also because of the irritation wherein the hair follicle and the oil gland get irritated and there is a bacteria multiplying, and it's a condition which mimics acne. So you need to get a quick checkup done to find out why you're breaking out only in a specific area. What is the irritating factor internally which is triggering the oil gland in that area? So that's something which needs to be specifically addressed after checking your skin. Okay, Sujata here says, how do I take care of oily skin? So I think I've already answered that question to some extent. Oily skin, again, invest in products which are more water-based. Invest in a mild face wash. So start your day. So we'll go with the cleansing routine. So when you want to keep your skin free of dust, oiliness, you want to unclog your pores, use a mild face wash which is going to declog your pores but at the same time not dehydrate your skin. Use a oil-free moisturizer, something which is more water-based. If your skin is oily, after you put your sunscreen, you could even dab a little bit of a lightweight compact. A drop of calamine lotion takes away the excess oiliness of your skin. Drink more water. Eat more healthy. If you are overweight, start losing more weight. If you're breaking out into acne because you have an oily skin, get a little skin ritual or a skin regime sorted out for yourself. If you go to an expert, they would probably give you a mild alpha hydroxy or a beta hydroxy peel, which will unclog the pores. So these are few tips for you how to tackle your oily skin. Drink more water because that really helps your skin, and start setting your skin goals towards it. So what I would love to say is, when you want to tackle a dry skin issues, oily skin, make sure you write down your skin concerns. See how serious you are to achieve some great results. I usually do this little exercise. I love to write a chart of things I want to achieve in the next 3 months or this year. So I set it up as, this is my experience which I want to just share, which might help some of you. So I write hair, skin, that is face, and body goals. So I just don't write it as goals, I just write and say, okay, dream skin, I want to achieve this for myself. So when I say what is the dream skin for me, it would mean different things for different people. So someone would probably say, you know what, I just want a great looking skin. Someone might say, I want to have the face looking more contoured, more chiseled with a flawless skin. Someone would have a skin issue. So is it a concern? Is it preventive or maintenance? Do I want to preserve what probably I've been blessed with a genetically good skin? It's very important to maintain a good skin too. So do I want to preserve my looks, my skin? Do I want to enhance my look? So that is what a skin goal would mean. Is it something quick fix? Do I just wake up and say, oh, it's a big D-Day, wedding in the family is coming, or it's probably your birthday or a big event coming up, or for a model, it could be an important assignment coming up. That's when I set my goal and say, within 15 days or a month, I want to achieve this type of skin. Or are you somebody who wants to set it up and say, every time I walk out or any time I look at myself in the mirror or get a picture click, I always look great or good and I feel good about myself. So definitely short-term and long-term goal important. So I would love to say that, okay, if it's a new year, it's a new beginning. How about a new you? How about achieving those little small steps in the form of boosting your confidence every time you step out, every time you take your picture, anytime you're meeting people, you know that you're going to get compliments instead of comments like, are you tired, are you overworked, have you not slept well? Or do you want people to look up to you and get inspired and say, hey, she's always looking great, you really look beautiful, you inspire us. What do you do for your skin? How do you keep yourself so fit? So widen up your perspective. Look at goals even for your personal self. Personal self fitness. Again, when you are looking at having a great skin, please ensure you invest in your skin. Think about next time when you buy a product or do a treatment, think whether it's really helping you by treating it from inside out in a healthier way so that you have a healthy glowing skin in the long run. Or is it really, like sometimes people say, I'm using this sunscreen, believe me, it's as good as no sunscreen on your face because it's not really protecting your skin. So in your skin goals, make sure you include something which is long-term, healthy, highly effective treatments, something which are more gentler, more organic, and always skin is also a living organ. So make sure that you are going to the expert the way you would do if you have any other issues with your body. So when you have any issues or you want your skin to reflect a healthy, glowing, radiant, youthful skin in the long run, whichever age you are. So make sure you go to the right person for the right guidance, a genuine expert who sits and understands your concerns. Yes. So I think I have a request here saying, okay, how do I take care of my dry skin? Last two questions, Deepali and Ria are saying that they have a similar problem of dry skin. So when you have a dry skin, make sure you are taking a food which is rich in essential fatty acids, like start taking a supplement which would have vitamin E and omega-3 especially. More water intake, have fruits which have a high water content, invest in products which are not drying, like they're really gentler skincare products, and start doing your treatments. Because believe me, whatever you apply on the skin will not treat it internally. So get a treatment which will also balance out the moisture levels of your skin inside out, internally. So, and you could do your probably home care treatments, you get some nice hydrating masks over the counter. So just buy something which is meant for dry or sensitive skin, some gentler products. And at night, remember, even if it's summer, even if it's winter, make sure you put a moisturizer, good moisturizer on your skin. If your skin is really dry, then put a good moisturizer or a hyaluronic serum and then put your sunscreen on top of it. So definitely hydration is the key, internal as well as external. Look out for active ingredients which start hydrating your skin effectively throughout the day. So definitely these are a few key points, and guys, start setting your skin goals. And as I said, please leave your comments, and I want to hear more about setting skin goals. You have skin issues, but how would you like to achieve, or what would you like to achieve in the next 3 months? So if I get to hear from you and you want my help and my insights and my tips there, I could chart out a plan or program, but I would need some details like your age group, your profession, and your skin concern with a skin goal, that this is what I would like to achieve. Somebody with a skin issue like acne and acne scars might say, you know, doc, I want to set my skin goals in the next 6 months. I want to have my scars reduced, or I want my acne to be reduced. Somebody who might have pigmentation might write down and say, in 3 months I want my skin looking healthy and radiant. In 6 months, I want the pigmentation or dark circles reducing by so much percentage. Somebody who is probably 40 plus, or they have seen the first fine line or wrinkle coming up, or they see a little under eye lines coming up, they might say, I want to look less tired. And is there a way of correcting that line and then preventing, so that I don't have to do any treatments, probably some injectables? Can I just use some natural ways or some device to boost up my collagen and plump up my skin? So definitely those could be part of your goals. Dream skin is not just about writing down your concern. Also, please put in a point there and say, can I achieve it for the long run? Can I achieve it in a natural way? Because I always believe the more gentler you are, the more natural you are, the more preventive measures you take, more you will benefit in the long run. I've had a few clients who have started taking care of their skin once they hit their 30s. And there are some great examples in Hollywood and Bollywood where you could see that at the age of 32 or 35, they started doing some skincare, corrective and preventive measures. And at age 50 plus also, they still look as if they are in their 30s, 32 or 35. So there are great inspiring examples all around us. And that makes us realize that the earlier you start in a proper disciplined way, and you know what you're looking at and you know what you want to achieve, you will definitely benefit in the long run. You don't really need to keep on doing some corrective measures every month or every 2-3 months because you started early. So when you start early, these are my clients who still look the same since the last 10 years. And they are not somebody, believe me, who come and get some corrective measures every time they walk in. They just come in and they say, doc, do I need anything? Just recommend me something. And I go, okay, you don't really need any injectables or any other treatments. You just need to do a post-care, just do your medic treatment, and I could be probably seeing you in 3 months or 6 months, depending on how you're taking care of your skin. So definitely these are some foods for thought for every one of us. Be it a great skin, be it a skin issue, you definitely want to start early. You want to visualize what is it that I want to do for my future self, because believe me, what you do today is going to be what you are tomorrow. That's what I believe in, and your future self should thank you for taking care of your skin at an earlier stage. And probably we could have more questions flowing in, and I would definitely love to hear more questions, more skin concerns, more goals. So I would like to thank Lifecare, and I would definitely like to thank all my lovely viewers who have made it a very fun and interactive session. I hope it has helped all of you, and I am really feeling great because I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun and looking forward to more great interactive sessions. Leave your comments, and definitely if you want a specific topic to be covered, we could probably cater to those questions in the next event. So thank you, and enjoy a healthy glowing skin in the long run.